Hi, folks. This is reference librarian Isaac Samuels, and I'm here to talk about resources in the library for intellectual property or IP law. This comes to us via the surveys that you all filled out. Thank you for that. Asking for specific topical research instruction, and one of them was intellectual property. So the first thing I want to talk about is our LibGuides or library guides. You can get to them via our homepage, the Law Library homepage, and you can see that we have a recommended legal treatises page. And one of the subjects we cover is intellectual property. So if you're just starting out and you don't know where to go, you can always check our LibGuide, and you can see some of the bigger names and how to access them of topical areas. In this case, Chisholm on patents, Nimmer on copyright, etc. So West, Lexis, and Bloomberg also have resources on intellectual property. You can get to them in the practice areas tab on your Westlaw Edge account. They call it intellectual property there. And that'll take you to one-stop shopping for all of your intellectual property needs, cases, statutes for your primary sources and your secondary sources. Because if you're like me, those of you who know me know that I did most of my professional experience with labor law, labor and employment law, that is. So if I'm starting out with a new topic, I want to check my secondary sources. And you can see all of these sources that are available on that topic of intellectual property. Now, not to be outdone, Lexis has their own intellectual property area, but being that Lexis and Westlaw are like Coke and Pepsi, they call it something slightly different. They put it into the copyright law area. And you can see that'll get you all of your copyright and IP resources, including Nimmer on copyright, which you saw in our LibGuide. And this hot link here will take you to the entire book. You can check the chapters and read up on whatever you want. And last but not least, Bloomberg Law, we call one of the big three. You can see here that they have a practice center too, because they're in competition with West and Lexis. And they want to make sure that you use their resources. So to compete with them, they've created their own copyright center. And you can see there are specialized areas under trademarks and copyrights. And this will give you Bloomberg's news and analysis for intellectual property, fast answers. This is some basic questions that are given answers by experts, various opinions and dockets for court cases, legal analysis, treatises on intellectual property. And this link over here, these will take you to the global IP law that you saw in the trademarks and copyright area for practice centers, in case you're looking to do something for a global overview or that sort of thing. I also want to mention our West Academic Study Aid subscription. From our library homepage, the Law Library homepage, you can scroll down and use our link. It's very important that you use our link for West Academic Study Aids, because that will give you access to everything that the school subscribes to. If you use just the Google link that you get online, you won't get to sign in. So you can see that we're signed in here. I've already signed in using our Hofstra University Law School guest. That's what you'll get when you use the link on our page. And I ran a search for intellectual property. Now you can see that these are hornbooks or study guides that will give you basic information about intellectual property law. They'll also give you problems so you can test and apply the law. So if you're preparing for an exam or for writing a paper, this is a great place to look. And that is a basic introduction to intellectual property resources that the library provides. Of course, it's not everything, but I want you to know that if you have any questions or you need more information, you could always come to the reference librarians, and we're happy to help you. So thank you for listening to this quick intro to intellectual property law. Happy researching.